Good morning, dear learners. Bonjour, chers apprenants. Et bienvenue. Très content de se revoir. Vous allez bien, vous tous? Alors, here we are once again with a new session. The lecture is the first on a new topic that's called Remercier. That is, to thank, to express gratitude. In the earlier sections, dear learners, we learned some terms and expressions. Here we shall now learn some more words, some more expressions, and more information that will get France closer to you. Earlier, we did a lot of words and terms on how to present ourselves, se présenter, how to say our names, surnames, first names, our nationality, our profession. We went on to learning names of different countries and continents. And I'm sure by now you must have learned some new terms and names on your own as well. You know, another way to express names of countries. Isn't that wonderful? India is Bharat in Hindi, you knew so far. And what about French? Of course, it is Land. To have a new name for your country, Land. France in English, and La France in French. What about another interesting thing we did during our last class? Oui, c'est ça. We watched a lot of videos. We saw native French speaking French, so you got a fair idea of how the language is used in actual contexts. Interesting, n'est-ce pas? Isn't it? The culture session then gave you some information on La Fête des Lumières, the Festival of Lights in Lyon. And that must have struck a chord with you, isn't it? That was interesting. Well, so here we are with part one of today's lecture, words, terms, and expression on thank you and expressing gratitude. One of the first words we handle today is merci. I'm sure you would have come across this term even earlier sometime. Merci. Please note it is once again the French R. Merci. Don't say mercy or something. It's merci, which means a simple thank you. Then comes merci beaucoup. Oh, you have a dangerous looking spelling there. Don't get terrorized. You can simply read the Hindi transliteration. The word reads as beaucoup. Very simple, beaucoup. Merci beaucoup, which means thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Actually, beaucoup means a lot. So when you say merci, it's thank you. And when you say merci beaucoup, it's thanks a lot. Third, c'est gentil de vous. It's not gentil le, L is silent. C'est gentil de vous. Gentil, again, it is that je sound I have emphasized. C'est gentil de vous. That's kind of you. That's another way to say thank you, isn't it? When someone's nice to you, you just say, oh, that's so kind of you. C'est gentil de vous. Some more ways to express gratitude. Je suis reconnaissant or reconnaissante, depending on who you are. If you are a girl, you'd say, je suis reconnaissante. I'm grateful. And if you are a man, you'd say, je suis reconnaissant. 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 Je suis reconnaissant. Je suis reconnaissante. There's another way then, you say mille merci. Mille merci. That's when you really want to emphasize your saying thank you. It's like in English, one says thanks a ton. Huge thanks, big thanks. So you say mille merci. Mille merci. And then comes, how do you thank? How do you reply to a thank you? The first is de rien. That word is rien. The French are re, rien. De rien. The next is je vous en prie. Je vous en prie. Je vous en prie. And the third is il n'y a pas de quoi. Il n'y a pas de quoi. Il n'y a pas de quoi. Now, why do we have three kinds of replies? De rien is the most casual way of responding to a thank you and is mostly used in informal situations. The next two, that is je vous en prie and il n'y a pas de quoi, are used in more formal situations. Je vous en prie is rather quite formal. Je vous en prie, il n'y a pas de quoi. De rien is almost like saying, oh, that's nothing. Oh, leave that. Something as casual. Je vous en prie and il n'y a pas de quoi is getting really formal about replying to someone thanking you for something. So these are three different levels of replies and several ways of saying thank you that you have done today. You know, thank you, thanking you, I'm grateful. All these ways of expressing your emotions are very important, whether it be any language. So this is another level of communication, of expression that we've handled today. Remercier, that is to thank. Now, yes, this is something I really wanted to convey. We have done the word welcome in one of the lectures. As far as I remember, I said that word is bienvenue. For saying welcome in a context, you're welcoming someone, you say bienvenue, but never make the mistake of using this as a reply to thank you in French. Because in English, we often say welcome in response to a thank you. Often people learning French as a foreign language, they make the mistake of following the same pattern in French, whereas that is absolutely not correct. We use the word welcome in English, but never ever in French. For replying to a thank you in French, you will kindly use the three formats that have been taught to you today. If you don't want to use any of the three, just thank, the smile, and nod your head. That's enough. It's better than saying bienvenue. Bienvenue, actually, the word is strictly used for welcoming someone in the sense of saying swagat hai. That is all bienvenue is used for, never for replying to a thank you. Next is part 2, grammaire. Here we have some color added today to our lectures. Les couleurs. Now we're going to do some colors, the names of colors in French. The word color is called les couleurs. And here you have, we look at your slides. For blue, it's bleu. Bleu. White is blanc. Red is rouge. Rouge. Yellow is jaune. I'd like to remind you at once, you know the disease jaundice, where people go yellow all over. They have common roots. You see, jaune is yellow, and the disease jaundice makes you go yellow. Well, I guess there is some commonality in the root of the words here. Anyway, so vert is green. Vert. Vert. Then orange. It's the same word, you pronounce it differently. Instead of saying orange, you say orange, orange. Then you have maroon and you say marron, marron, marron. There's a pink that's called rose, rose. It ends in a z, rose. Black is noir, noir. Gray would be gris. The last S is not pronounced for this format, of course. There are conditions where you do pronounce. We'll come to that later. At the moment, this is gris. And then you have violet. Violet is, of course, violet. We shall do the feminine forms of this because colors, just like you have in Hindi, they also change their forms according to the nouns and pronouns for which they are used. Neela Akash and Pili Dal. So Pili and Neela, they change the format according to the objects they are used for. Similarly, it happens in French too. At the moment, I shall limit myself to the formats given on your screen. That is only the masculine singular form. So let's go on with this at the moment. We shall take on the feminine and the plural forms later. I repeat, bleu for blue, blanc for white, rouge for red, jaune for yellow, vert for green, orange for orange, marron for maroon, rose for pink, noir for black, gris for grey, and violet for violet. I hope that makes it better for you. Now, coming to their usage. What if you were to write a sentence such as the blue book? You know the word for book is livre. The French is le livre bleu. What about a red chair? You say une chaise rouge. Le livre bleu and une chaise rouge. Did you notice something? Yes. Colors have been written after the noun, so we don't say bleu livre, we say livre bleu. We don't say rouge chaise, we say chaise rouge. So colors in French always come after the noun. Remember that. Colors are always placed after the noun. Some simple sentences. Qu'est-ce que c'est? A rather complicated spelling there on your screen. Well, you just have to get used to it. That's how we write. The pronunciation is comparatively simpler. It's qu'est-ce que c'est? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Meaning, what is this? The answer is c'est une chaise rouge. Did you guess? It means this is a red chair. C'est une chaise rouge. C'est un livre bleu. So to that one question, qu'est-ce que c'est? I have given you several options. This is how you generate further sentences. You can try some on your own when you're revising at home after the lesson. So, qu'est-ce que c'est? What is this? C'est une chaise rouge. C'est un livre bleu. C'est un chien noir. C'est une robe verte. It's a green dress. C'est une table brune. Well, as I was saying, there are feminine formats of the colors. You would have already noticed here the word brun for brown has become brune because table is feminine. But nevertheless, I shall not bother you with too many grammatical details at the moment. Just remember that Colors, number one, they're placed after the nouns and pronouns. And number two, they do agree with the gender of the noun and pronoun they are accompanying. Une robe verte, that is a green dress, and because the robe is feminine, so vert takes an extra E, it becomes verte instead of vert. So, dear learners, we have learned simple sentences on how to use colors for nouns. And now, as your personal task at home, you should look up some more words. Try making short, simple sentences according to the pattern that has been shown to you right now. There we come to another very interesting part. Names of weekdays. Les jours de la semaine. You've come across this word jour even before. First day, first class. Bonjour, remember? Good morning. Well, jour there meant morning, but jour, normally in French, it means day. Les jours de la semaine. And semaine, naturally, it means the week. Les jours de la semaine. Listen to me carefully. Lundi, we're beginning with Monday. Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, and dimanche. We have done this once earlier as well. It would be a good revision for you because these are words, these are expressions, I'd say terms that are very, very frequently used. So as you learn new sentences, new expressions, it would be a good idea to repeat some things you have done in earlier lectures and repeat it once more so that it gets refreshed and you're ready to use it again differently. You would remember lundi, mardi, mercredi, and we also gave you a link to the video. Here as well, we have provided the link once again. Yes, you could look at the video here and refresh your memories a little with the pronunciation of each weekday.
Bonjour Audrey.
Bonjour.
Alors Audrey, quels sont les jours de la semaine? Alors, lundi,
Lundi,
mardi,
mardi,
mercredi,
mercredi,
jeudi,
jeudi,
vendredi,
vendredi,
samedi
samedi
et dimanche.
et dimanche.
Merci Audrey.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
That brings us to part 3, that's culture et la vie en France, as I had said, life in France. More contemporary realities of everyday life in France. In this section today, we shall give you a brief start into the world of French cuisine. Oh yes, when you're doing French, one thing that naturally comes to your mind is French food. France is so well known for its cuisine, for its bread, cheese, and so many different kinds of cooking styles. So let's get to learn some food items and how they are named in French. Allons-y. We've given you names of some basic food items. Of course, there are exotic ones that will come later. These are the very basic food items. Le pain, it's simply pain. Le pain, that is bread. Le riz, that's rice. Les légumes, vegetables. Les fruits, or fruits. Le poulet, T silent, le poulet. La viande, la viande. Le fromage, le fromage, that's cheese. And le beurre, beurre, le beurre, that's butter. Repeat, le pain, le riz, les légumes, les fruits, le poulet, la viande le fromage et le beurre. Some specialties of la cuisine française. France, my dear learners, is the land of good food and is so well known for its cuisine and delicacies. In this section today, we're going to see some of these in the videos that follow. Try and listen to the speakers carefully. We have, for your convenience, included some vocabulary that you might have heard come across for the first time. So in case of a problem, look at the vocabulary and meaning and see the video carefully. The first is le pain au chocolat. Le pain au chocolat, that's chocolate bread. Le very famous le croissant, that's also available across the world today. It's a very popular breakfast dish, le croissant. La tarte aux pommes, apple tart. And la frangipane, almond flavored custard cake or pastry. That's frangipane. And there you have the link to the video. Enjoy watching.
Since I've been here in France, I've been eating pain au chocolat, which is a croissant with chocolate in the middle, tarte aux pommes, which is just an apple tart, and today I'm eating frangipane. It's my first time to eat frangipane. Frangipane. Delicious. Frangipane, as you can see, has an almond paste in the middle of just a croissant with a little powdered sugar on top. In this chapter, you're going to learn all about French food, the words for French food, and how to order French food. So, bon appétit.
Chers amis, how was the video? You got to see some people eating and mentioning and talking about the different kinds of food that you have. And since we gave you a list of the vocabulary, I'm sure you were able to link the slides with what you heard in the video, right? Now we come to the surprise section once again. Chers amis, another round in the section, Saviez-vous? Here we have something very interesting for you today. Let's take a look at this region in eastern France bordering Germany. Look at the map of France. This is the German border and the area is called Alsace. Alsace-Lorraine. This region is called Alsace-Lorraine. And you see the picture of a dog. For the ones who like dogs, you know this is the Alsatian breed of dogs. Did you ever wonder why the same dog was called Alsatian as well as German Shepherd? Well, it's a surprising fact, but the same breed of dog has two different names. Because post-World War II, it seems the British were unwilling to call this dog German Shepherd. They were unwilling to name anything as German, so they decided to name it Alsatian, drawing the name from the region Alsace where the dog is found. Alsace is towards the French side, so the same dog was called Alsatian as well. And this nomenclature extends even till date. We call them even German Shepherds or Alsatian. So it's the same breed of dogs. Well, that brings us to the end of our lecture today. Félicitations, chers amis, nous avons complété une autre leçon. Remercier, répondre aux remerciements, les couleurs, les jours de la semaine, and finally, some initiation into the world of French food. As always, a kind request to you to look up the slides, train your ears to listen carefully, écoutez attentivement, listen attentively. La langue, c'est aussi la musique. Language is also music. So, happy listening, train your ears, and once again, merci beaucoup de votre attention. À très bientôt, till we meet again. Goodbye, take care.